Hi friends, I'm Shauna. Welcome to the channel and welcome to a new video. Today, I am bringing you a video I talked about that was coming down the pipeline. Today, I'm going to be talking about, or I'm going to be being honest about how much I spent on Poshmark in 2022. Now, I'm not going to go over like everything I bought on Poshmark in 2022 because there are very few purchases before September 2022. I think there were just two. And so 99% of the money that I spent in 2022 was between September 1st and October 6th-ish. And we're going to talk about this today for a handful of reasons. I'm bringing this information to you for three main reasons. Number one, it's an effort, of being honest. And the point of that is for all of y'all who have also struggled with, shopping, emotional spending, difficult coping mechanisms, you're not alone in that. The second reason I want to talk about this is to really showcase that becoming the kind of consumer that you want to be and becoming the kind of even like person you want to be, it's not a linear journey. I think on this channel, although I don't want to come across this way, I feel like sometimes I can come across as like somebody who's like found it, fixed it, done it, like I'm good. No, like that's absolutely not the case. And I have struggles as well. And this is like me being honest about one of them. The third reason is that in the past, when I've made mistakes, I felt guilt or shame about them, especially like big mistakes, ones that are hundreds or thousands of dollars worth of mistakes. And I can look back at that point in my life and feel like when I look back at that, I feel those same feelings. That's not something that I want. And while I have learned from these mistakes, the learning has been done and I've emotionally moved on, I still look back and, there's some resonance of that. So I am going to be making light of the situation. I am going to be roasting myself. I am going to be, poking light at it, as an effort to kind of like truly move on and, look back with some fun and humor instead of seriousness. So in this video, I'm going to list all of the things that I bought. Well, I'll show you what I have if I still have it. And I'll talk you through the prices. And then at the end, I'll give you the grand total of how much damage I really did. And we're going to truly have fun with it. And you're going to see all of my questionable choices. I didn't know how much I actually bought in terms of quantity of number of things and the total price. I thought it was about $450 worth of stuff and about 10 things. I was wrong on both accounts, so you will see. So before we jump into that, I want to talk about, what this habit is, what it's kind of been like for me, why Poshmark, why this habit, and then we'll talk about the stuff. If you don't want to hear me talk about emotional spending or any of that, then you can skip to this timestamp. So for me, emotional spending has kind of served two larger purposes. The first is usually avoidance to, avoid the difficult or hard thoughts, big feelings, those kinds of things. And then the second thing is to do something that's a bit destructive. The reason why I went to Poshmark is because it's a type of destructive behavior in that everything that you buy on Poshmark, you can't return. Historically speaking, when I've gone for destructive behaviors, if it's not clothing, which it usually is, it's usually something that I can't actually return. Therefore, I'm forced to absorb the cost no matter what. If I were to one day lose my shit and then spend $1,000 on H&M, I could return it. You know what I mean? Whereas if you buy $1,000 of stuff on Poshmark, there's no moving on from that. You have to, you spent $1,000. That's probably the most messed up thing about this experience. And this destructiveness isn't just about absorbing the cost. You are basically forced to keep the things. Yes, down the line, you can declutter it. You can try and resell it. You can try and give it away. But you have to hold on to that for a period. So anything that I keep from this purchase or any of these purchases, They are instant reminders of a bad choice that I made, but also of like a negative emotional experience tied to that. And then they hang in my closet. And every time I see it, I think like, oh yeah, I remember this situation and the context in which I bought it. And so they become like not proxies of that situation, but maybe like physical, like literal, tangible moments of that situation. Now, some of these things I have been able to distance myself from that a little bit. Like I don't think about that every time I put on that piece of clothing, but if I stop and think about it, the memory is still kind of there. And also I can very much acknowledge now that this stuff like wasn't about this stuff. Like with Poshmark, I've learned my lesson largely with, if I don't know the brand, making sure I ask for measurements or to see tags. And I did not do that in this case. So some of the stuff didn't fit because I just simply didn't do my due diligence, which alone is enough to indicate that this was never from the beginning about buying stuff for my fall wardrobe, even though that's how I was like trying to justify it at the time. I knew full well what I was doing when I bought this stuff, but there was still a part of me that was trying to justify the choices that I was making. Yes, I'm buying stuff for my fall wardrobe, and some of this stuff fits into my fall wardrobe inspiration. And I literally spent like hours across multiple weekends. I'm talking like 8 hours, like maybe 2 or 3 times to end up buying the stuff that I bought. And so in my mind, I was trying to frame it like, look, I'm doing my due diligence because I'm spending all of this time and effort to buy this stuff, to make sure that they're good purchases, to make sure that they're considered, or like the time itself is an indicator alone that this is me being thoughtful and considered. No, it was me being obsessive. It was me looking for an outlet to like reality. It was me looking for something to consume my time, and in a way that like wasn't a good choice. I could have watched TV for that same amount of time. I could have gone outside. I could have done so many other things that I was fully aware of were other choices, but I chose not to. This was kind of like truthfully like the last straw type of purchase. Like, I've been talking about emotional spending before this incident in September and October, and I've talked about it being an issue. And so I was, as I was saying, fully aware of the choices that I was making. And I was just like, fuck it. Like, I don't care. And that was like the mental last straw. And, once the situation was over and I was able to think back, reflect, and, have that time, have that space, have that ability to learn, being destructive, like, is in a way like you don't deserve better. And so there was work that had to go in to be like, no, you do deserve better. You do deserve to be happy. Like you do deserve to cope in ways that are helpful and beneficial. And you can still have the intended side effect of, or you can still do the intended thing of avoid the issue. You could just do it in a much less destructive way. And like you deserve that for yourself. So there was work that went into getting to that place. And so far in 2023, we're roughly, 5 months through the year. I have not made a single emotional purchase or a single destructive purchase, which is amazing. And I feel like is an indicator that like those lessons were learned, and like we're learning and we're moving on, and like we're making better choices, and these things are sticking. I'm not saying I will be perfect forever, but we're making progress. So let's get into it and let's kind of talk about, let's have some fun now. The first thing I bought, everything kicked off on Thursday, September 1st with this Zara t-shirt. Here she is. And at the bottom, oh, can we see? Yes. Did anyone say shopping? This I think is the funniest thing that I've purchased. When I bought it, I was thinking like, oh, I am the contentment queen. I am the person who is advocating all day long about not shopping, and I don't shop. Therefore, there's like irony in buying like a shirt that says let's go shopping when I'm not going shopping. And I'm not that person. Here I am thinking those thoughts while I was in the middle of a shopping spree. Are we delusional a little bit? I think so. Some of these things have new memories attached to them, which is great. But this one in particular, I don't know what word to label this memory as, but I showed up to Lara's place and I wore this shirt and I was a complete hot fucking mess. Okay. I had like, it's a memory of like a very specific date and time with, my friend Lara. So like there's some goodness attached to it. And this shirt actually is incredibly painful. Can we see? It's like digging into my arms. It's not like it hurts. So there's that. But I will not declutter it, at least not yet, because like she's still cute and I can wear her for videos and I have that memory now. So yay, I guess. Making good of a bad situation. This shirt was $8, also completely dumb because with tax and with shipping, it was $24.28. Why, Shauna? Why? Okay, up next, on Tuesday, September 6th, is the plaid mini skirt. There's a couple of things that are packed away from fall, and I went looking for them. I don't know where they are. They're somewhere packed away. You're just going to have to... I'll show you the picture. I did wear this in my fall, video, my fall capsule wardrobe video. Some of the stuff makes appearances in there. And if you want to see it, you can go there. The video, I love it, by the way. This was from H&M, originally, and I paid, with shipping, with taxes, $30.50. It's a cute skirt, it really is. So, I guess I ended up buying something cute from this, which is nice, but it barely fits. I haven't actually worn it out in real life beyond choosing stuff for videos here because it doesn't really fit. I'm, so afraid that if I wear it out, the thing is going to, rip along the butt. And I'm going to keep it for now because it is cute. I still like it, and I overpaid for it for sure. I absolutely did not need it. You're going to see a handful of skirts in here. I can count on one hand, the number of times I wore skirts in 2022. And I've why am I buying more skirts when I have no track record of wearing skirts? It was so dumb. But at least it was a cute dumb mistake. Item number 3, also purchased on September 6th. You're going to see a whole bunch of these things. September 6th is a black jean jacket. I bought it for $36.15. I did end up wearing this a lot in the fall. And I could totally wear this now. Guess we can maybe put it on for a bit. It fits and it's cute and it was a good price. $36.15 for this jacket. I think it's a good price and I really like it. I wore it a lot. So this is something that I would buy now. Am I glad that I have it? Sure. Was it necessary? No. It wasn't even something that was on my radar or my capsule. It wasn't on any wish list. I just was oh, I need a dark denim jacket and then just bought it. Okay, item number 4. I take back what I said about this top. I think this is the dumbest thing that I purchased. It's a corset top. I have to show you a picture here because I don't have it. Now, this type of top was in my fall inspo board. And I really wanted a corset top. Therefore, I spent hours on Poshmark looking up corset tops. This is the one that I purchased. It was, how much? Hold on. I have it here. $35.58, and it was from Dynamite. Was it, out of all of the corset tops, was it the one, the cutest, the most me? Was it the best option? No, actually. And I don't even think I bought it in the right size. If I went and actually checked the sizing, I probably would have been an extra small and not a small. So I don't think it would have fit. And then number 2, there was no thought that went into this purchase beyond, I like this trend and I think it's cute. There was literally no critical thinking in this purchase, almost period. I am not the kind of person who would ever in reality wear a corset top out of the house. Where am I going in this? What, truly, if I just think about what happened, where I ended up going this past fall, there was nowhere that I went where I could have worn this or I would have felt comfortable wearing it. Number 2, this was definitely part fantasy self totally that went into it. But also number two, this was just getting sucked in and allowing myself to get sucked in to the gotta need it, got it. Like, I want it, lusting after something different, I'm going to buy it. I'm usually really good at handling those things now, but in this moment, I didn't care. And before I purchased this, like in that video, I was talking about how I wanted to, take some space and time to think about it. And it probably wouldn't be practical, even though I wanted it. I just let all of that stuff go out the window. I'm going to buy it. So I bought it and I purchased it, spent the money, and I'm including this thing as something that I bought because the intention was there. Like the moment you put your credit card in, you are like, you have an intention. Like I pressed submit, whatever. The item never came, and I did get a refund later on, like several weeks later, like I think in November or December, I reached out to Poshmark so that I didn't get it. And then sometime in 2023, I was like, no, I really didn't get it. And they gave me a refund. So I got refunded for this thing. And I'm so glad that I got my money back. And I also don't have the item, because this would have been something that would have sat around and I would have decluttered almost right away, or fairly soon after the fog lifted from the brain. Okay, the next thing I bought is a leather skirt. This also made it into the video. I have it here. This made it into my fall capsule wardrobe video. So if you want to see me wearing it, it's in there. I overpaid. This is from Dynamite, and I paid with shipping and taxes $42.36. The tag is still on, and originally $39.95 full price. So I saved some tax. What? This is stupidity, buying something that's like not vintage. That's basically like, what I'm thrifting something, paying more than it originally costs. And I could have gone in store and bought this, or I could have gone to a real thrift store, or I could have gotten a better deal. Like there were so many other things I could have done to do something with this kind of trend. Like I didn't need to spend that kind of money on this. So, I mean, that's just another indicator of not caring really about what I was buying and not being critical. But when I come down to think about it, I did want a leather skirt. And, now I do want a leather skirt as well. Like I'm guess in some ways, like I'm glad that I have it, but it's like really sexy. And there's definitely other silhouettes that are maybe like less sexy, less form-fitting. I'm not a person, like I wouldn't describe my style as sexy. And so I'm like, where am I going in that? Like genuinely, where am I going in that? Nowhere. I'm nowhere. Like, I don't know if in reality I would ever wear that. I think fantasy self Shauna would wear something like that. Or a fantasy version of myself would wear that. So now I have this leather skirt, nowhere to really wear it. And I'm going to keep it because I think there could potentially be a context for it. No, this was all around a bad choice. All right. I'm going to talk about the next two things together because they were purchased in one order. I bought a bodysuit and a skirt. I'm going to have to put the skirt on the screen because I don't have it. The skirt pisses me off because it was labeled as a small and there was no tags on it. Should I have asked, should have done my due diligence to be like, hi, friend, could you please tell me, could you show me a tag? It ended up being a size 2, and I'm really frustrated that this was ever listed as a size small because the skirt itself is not listed as a size small. It's a size 2. So I feel like the person was intentionally being disruptive, or not disruptive. They were intentionally misleading people on Poshmark. So it never fit. It didn't even come up to my thighs. There was no chance in hell that thing was fitting. That's unfortunate. The other thing that I have, I'm did I go into some kind of black hole? When I purchased this stuff, I got this bodysuit. Now, I bought this bodysuit thinking it's from Dynamite. Okay, so it is in fact from Dynamite. I thought that this was just a true bodysuit, but I actually think that this might be lingerie. simply because it's all see-through. Like, it's 100% see-through. This is not a top in my mind. You will never catch me in this because this is lingerie. I truly made a mistake buying this. We are totally see-through and, yeah. So, or you know what? Sorry. I do believe that it's lingerie, but if you are such a person that would like to wear this in public, good for you. Go for it. I'm so glad you feel confident enough to do that. Not me. I don't even know what to do with this. Okay, so that's the last of the September 6th purchases. On September 9th, I got these plaid pants. They're blue and green. They were in that fall capsule wardrobe video. Again, there's something that's packed away. I don't know where they are. These are cute. They were $28.24. They were cute. Did I need them? No. Did I just like get into the thralls of like, oh, I need something blue, green plaid pants? Yeah. Do they fit? Am I glad I have them? Yes, I did wear them last year a couple of times. But I absolutely did not need them. And if I was considering this stuff, or if I'm considering those pants from the perspective of like, I'm shopping for my capsule wardrobe right now, my fall capsule wardrobe, they wouldn't make the cut. They're not like important enough. Okay, next thing. This is from Tuesday, September 20th. This was $37.84, and this is the most worn item in this whole thing, and it's my pearl shacket. I actually, whenever I show this on, I don't know, like the channel or on my Instagram, I get questions about it. I don't know what brand it is. Oh, it's like, I've never heard of this before. Like it's very random, but I do love it. And it's good. I think it's more of like a spring summer purchase. And I have worn it this spring. I did wear it like once in the winter and a couple of times in the fall. I'm truly glad that I have this. And this is something where I'm like, yes, this was worth the money. Like this was a good price. This was something that I would wear again and across multiple seasons. So I am glad that I have this one. All right. Next up, on Thursday, September 22nd, I got this. This is the very classic, very famous Wilfred skirt. It's their new wrap front skirt. This still has a tag on it. $128. I got a good deal on this. I got it for $30. With taxes and shipping, it was $49.14. So when you compare it to like full price, it was a great deal. It's like a third of the price. I truly gambled with that. I typically will not buy anything Aritzia typically online because their sizing is all over the place. I could be a size small. I could be a size large. Like I've worn all of those sizes in Aritzia brands and you just never know. I bought that as a size 6 with tags. Like it was just such a shot in the dark. It was a shot in the dark. Like it was a true gamble. It did end up paying off. It actually fits really well. But I never wore it. Again, why am I buying more skirts? That's not even the last of the skirts. There's more to come. Like this was pure fantasy self buying more skirts. Like I already had a wool skirt that I owned that I wasn't wearing. So like, let me just buy another one. That makes sense, right? Then listen, I'm lumping the rest of the stuff together because they're all of a similar purchase and I don't really have distinct things to say about any of them. And they were all purchased on the same day. So the next purchase I made was on October 7th. So there's a break between September 22nd and then October 7th. So we can see just at the timing of the purchases, like when shit popped off, or like when I was feeling my feelings, I should say. So here we go. Here's the last of it. Okay. This dress. I have worn it on camera, but like because you don't see the skirt, you wouldn't have seen the thing. This is an Aritzia dress. Sunday best, I think. Yeah. I did post a photo of this on Instagram. If I can find it or if I saved it, then I'll include it. This is giving pure garbage bag vibes. Like, I was telling my friend about this when I bought it. I was telling her about this stuff after. And when I showed her a picture and I was like describing it, she was like, I can't unsee it. This is literally a garbage bag. I kind of love it, like with combat boots, but it's just garbage bag vibes. It makes me laugh. I also paid an obscene amount of money for the garbage bag, which was $49.14. I only have 3 of the next. No, I have 4 of the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So I bought a floral dress, this one here, for $49.14. I did actually wear this once. This pink dress here, it's a wrap dress. The wrap is undone. It has like these sleeves. This was $62.14. I also got an Aritzia dress in a style that I have worn, or I own multiple of. It's the Wilfred wrap dress. Like, you know the one, the classic wrap dress. This was $54.79. I got a black pleated skirt, which I'll show you in a second. A dynamite floral dress for $32.19, does not fit. And an Abercrombie dress, $60.44, also did not fit. Here it is. It's a pleated skirt. It actually is like cute and I would say like a classic, like it's basic, which I like. Can wear with any top and I like the flowy kind of style. I've always wanted a longer one, like the ones that come just above the knee, but that style just has never looked good on me, like the long ones. So I got a short one. Okay, so let's talk about the grand total. I bought 17 things. That's like practically an entire capsule wardrobe of basically random shit. Stuff that I would qualify as like a good purchase that I've worn a lot would be 2 of those things. The shacket and this. I mean, I've worn this a handful of times in videos and like I'm going to keep it and it's fun. There's a couple of things that like have the potential to be good or like, you know, worn multiple times. There are 3 things, 3 that just never fit, no hopes of fitting, like not a chance, which I think is, 4 things, which it is what it is. Wasted money though. And out of everything I've worn, period, out of the house in real life, 7 of these things. So out of all of these purchases, the total I spent, $692.44. That is the true, like that's the damage. That's what I did. Now that like I've kind of said it, this video was somewhat cathartic in the sense of like, I was hiding behind this purchase and these choices since I made them. And I was not honest and upfront during this time. Like I just never talked about it. Like some of the stuff just appeared in videos and then I just like never said anything about it. And no, I don't owe anybody an explanation for my choices, but also this was not the same as like buying some stuff that just so happened like I have not worn them on camera, or like I don't vlog, so like you just don't see them around. This was intentionally hiding things that I was embarrassed about because I didn't want to talk about them, because I made choices that I felt like were bad and were mistakes. So it's like kind of nice to be able to be like, no, Shauna, like it's fine. Like it's okay. Mistakes happen. And that is just like a part of life and a part of learning and a part of growing. And you don't need to feel embarrassed about the choices that you've made. And these are them. If you have something that you want to get off your chest, like you made a purchase that you regret or you're embarrassed about, this is the place to do it. Come forth and you will not be shamed in the comments. Certainly not by me. And be kind to each other in the comments, please. I am like roasting myself in this video, and I would not do the same to other people. Like, this is, I have the skin now to be able to, say these things with like some humor to them, but I am in no way trying to shame or embarrass other people for choices that they've made, nor would I ever be like, yo, like you screwed up, shame on you, anything like that. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, hang out with me today, and I hope to see you again around here.